house of rabid Rocket fans packed in the arena here in Houston, Texas. With Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, a man who once said he will never write another traditional sports column. Please don't say that. So, Bill Simmons, don't say that.
Well, now you just have to tweet. You need 280 characters, and you can pretend you're a writer.
What do you think of social media?
I actually think for basketball, it's been a huge advantage. And it hasn't been a huge advantage for a lot of other things, but I think it's made basketball a lot more fun. I do worry, though, sometimes that people are just watching their Twitter feed over the games. I still think there's an advantage for people who actually are watching what's going on versus watching people's reactions to what's going on.
Interesting. A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, Lillard and McCollum, the deadly backcourt pairing. Pau Gasol is out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. Here's McCollum. The Rockets making the shot, and finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, Kevin, great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket in Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics, and it was only one ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them, and they won the title.
How old were you in 72?
So I was 4.
4 years old.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Cowens on that team?
Cowens, Havlicek, JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. It was probably the most famous NBA game ever of the, the kids out there now would nominate like Game 7, 2016 or something, but triple overtime game was the most famous game ever. And I slept through the entire second half and the first overtime.
Oh, no.
But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second overtime, so I had to get up.
And it's Lillard missing.
Does well to burrow his way into the post, but loses his touch on the finish.
Green passes to Tucker. Harden against McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. He lays it in. Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a 3. He's got the pull-up hissy jumper, as he calls it. He can go in the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number one choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
And Portland making a change here. Whiteside's checked in. Gordon's checked in for James Harden. And Portland with a change here, too. Zach Collins checked in for Nurkic. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Bazemore gets the bucket. Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top 5?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're going to stop him, but, you put a taller guy on him. And Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense score I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just, you forget about it from one play and all of a sudden he's in the corner and they're setting him up or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, you run them off screens and you tire the guys out and you kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get-out-of-my-way guys. I'm going to get to the rim.
Absolutely.
Score like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns. And
Ooh! That's how you attack. Wow. Attack the rim, baby. Move on the rim.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Whiteside finds Lillard. Back to Whiteside. Hood, the pass to Collins. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Lillard with it. Westbrook picks him up to the right side. Stolen by Tucker. And here they come. They kick it out to Green. Yep, it counts. Green's got 8 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Lillard. Against Phoenix, he was really on his game. Here's Little. And the 3 off target. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Westbrook, no good.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation to Coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Green. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. 10 points for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
And you see defensively, when they try to patch something up, he exploits a different weakness.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Lillard against Westbrook. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, Westbrook with the block. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their team.
It's all about not making mistakes.
And Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Well, it's all about the rim protection because it's been fantastic. A big part of helping them build this early lead.
Harden out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Green in at the point. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Here's Harden. Back to Green. And the pass to Harden. Second shot opportunity. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And really, Harden is even dangerous when he's looking to score. Even when the defense gets physical with him, he takes the contact, he powers through it.
So both teams changing it up here. Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
the three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade and those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better. And their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. It all started with the decision in LeBron James and has carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody who writes a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
Guys, those are the kind of hustle plays that keep a team in front.
Kent Bazemore is checked in for Lillard. And a quick look at how things have been since the All-Star break, checking out the three-point shot ratio for the Rockets.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
Back to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, and it doesn't take a whole lot of effort for Gasol to dunk it home. At 7 feet tall, he uses his height to power home those jams.
And he makes that one. Going back to our topic from a moment ago, Bill, you mentioned the interaction between players and social media and how that's become a new facet, a skill we're seeing daily from players.
There's just way more accountability now. And I'm really impressed by how polished the guys are that come in the league now. And I think the LeBron generation, LeBron, Wade, Chris Bosh, some of those guys from the last generation that came up and became vets and really knew how, Paul Pierce, knew how to handle their business. Now these new guys come in, they're 19, 20 years old, and they act like they're 30. I'm sure you see it at the games.
Shocking.
Whereas in the 90s, it was a free-for-all, and you had these guys who, if you gave them a live mic, you were terrified. And now these guys are 19 years old,
Polished.
giving, like, you know, long interviews to reporters. It's like, how are you doing this?
Tatum in particular is very
Tatum's
impressive.
already good at being a bad interview.
He's
like he
19 years
he
old.
doesn't say anything. He knows how to dodge any question. It's like, you're 19. How do you know how to do this?
Unbelievable. Bill, Commissioner Adam Silver believes the 2K Esports League will have the staying power of the NBA, WNBA, the G League. A pretty powerful comment to make.
And I hope he's right, because I want to be the lead color guy. I want us to be the team. Why can't it be us, Kevin
Are
Harlan?
you kidding me?
Let's do that. Cut me the check.
Sign
As Rasheed
me
Wallace
up.
would say, CTC, cut the check.
Bill Simmons is here.
I'm ready.
And that one's good. House.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Trailblazers trail by 10. Passes it to ABC. McCollum with the ball. Knocks down the three ball. McCollum's got 5.
You got to know McCollum is looking to fire off the pass. This is why you must play up on him.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Last time against the Trailblazers, they lost in Portland.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Yeah, and they can't afford a repeat of that. They need a lot more minutes out of their core group tonight.
And the Rockets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. Zach Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. Here's Harden. No good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game, and that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. ABC passes to Bazemore. Down low. It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Collins.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Well, we want to thank the sports guy for being here. Enlightening as always. Bill, what a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, I hope my son was impressed. Thank you, Kevin.
I'm sure he was. And Greg, a lot of great sports writers out there, also great commentators. And then there's Bill Simmons. He's kind of carved out his own category.
You know, Bill once said he will never write a traditional sports column, and he stayed true to that. He writes from the viewpoint of the passionate sports fan and brings that to his commentary as well.
Bazemore on the wing, guarded by Harden. From 12 feet out, Bazemore misses.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
He's superb at finding open teammates. Harden, I love how he looks to shed a rock.
And 2 for 1, that's what they'd like to get right now.
Yeah, this could come down to the correct play call, but let's see what they do right here.
And Bazemore kicks to McCollum. to Bazemore. Shoots over Capella. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, he hasn't been very precise at all.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Portland called for the foul.
I mean, really, Capella is a handful for the defense. I mean, at times you got to foul him.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Right side Hood. Over Harden. And that one released in time, but no good. And we've reached
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. Defensively and offensively, they improved quite a bit in the second quarter, and they've got a nice 8-point halftime lead to show for it. And that's a wrap with the
Welcome back, everyone. The sign says, "We love Houston." I think it speaks for all of us. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. We've seen Gerald Green really having a great game.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to. Just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, when you're trying to check a guy like that, you have to move your feet laterally, defensively. That didn't happen.
On the floor for Portland, Lillard the 1 with McCollum at the 2. Nurkic is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Bazemore at the 3, the small forward. Gasol kicks to McCollum. A lot of personalities in this game, Chris. Such a big part of what makes the NBA so entertaining.
Oh, man, think about our boy Dre. Draymond Green, for those that you that don't know, Day. But Draymond Green, his personality is not only great for his team, but also for us fans when we see him on the court. How about Embiid, Mr. Personality on social media? You love it. And how about Jaylen Brown with his wise ways on the chessboard? Most interesting basketball. So all of these guys are exciting, fun personalities to watch for them.
Back to Harden. To the paint. Capella kicks it to Tucker. The Rockets with another miss.
3rd straight miss to start the half. But it's still early. No need to panic.
Pass to Bazemore. 3-pointer Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
The star just keeps rising for Damian Lillard. Heck of a talent with tremendous range.
And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. And we're just about a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of basketball. McCollum against Harden. Over McCollum. Harden, no good.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the Charities Fund. These guys were practically automatic. Damian Lillard 3rd.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Rivers kicks to Harden. Back to Rivers. Houston moving it around. Shot clock at 6. Tucker. Chandler trying to free himself up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. P.J. Tucker C-Webb was an undersized power forward at the University of Texas. He made a pretty effective transition to small forward in the pros.
I mean, the way the game is going now, he's able to slide back to that power forward position as well. The strength to hold his ground. I mean, a good enough shooter to space the floor for his teammates.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Houston. And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Lillard.
This has been a pleasure to watch. The rhythm he has in his game right now, the ease with which he's able to release these shots from beyond the arc. The defense just has no answer for him. And if he's going to continue to make threes like he has, KD bar the door. A moment here to look at the numbers for C.J. McCollum. He had a strong showing last season. Last year averaged 21 points per, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, think about this. He definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
They found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
Portland shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
And come on. Did you see that? Did you see that? I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. McCollum against Harden. Unloads. Here's Gasol, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And there's the foul against Houston.
And Gasol is a guy who can do a multitude of things well. I mean, he scores it, rebounds it, passes it, just an all-around talent.
ABC's checked in for Rivers. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic, and ABC's subbed in for Kent Bazemore. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And what concentration from the veteran. Harden is awesome at keeping his focus.
Lillard finds McCollum. Portland again missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Harden can't hit. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. It's a 5-point game. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Lillard's got 12 in the game.
A pick-and-roll master. You got to respect how decisive Lillard is. I mean, he often makes great decisions.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Lets it fly. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. He's got 14. .135 left here in the third quarter. Here's Harden. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Lillard surveying the D. A wide open look for Gasol. No good on the 3. Rockets leading by 5. Harden right side. Tipped away. Here's ABC. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And the basket by Lillard.
He had to battle through some tough shooting problems in the first half. I mean, give him credit. It's been much easier for him in the second. Hard work on the boards. A lot of competition for that one. But he's got the lift to be the first one, too.
McCollum, no good.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only 1 in the first.
McCollum against Harden. He feeds it to Tucker. And Gasol sends it back.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
McCollum outside. Shoots over Tucker. McCollum no good. From deep, Green. Got it!
Did he make it?
He got it!
He hit that?
What a shot!
They will go into the fourth quarter riding high. That's almost got to feel like a game winner to them.
And so it's Houston, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back to the action after this.
It's a long game. It's a long game.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Kenneth Faried is out there with Hartenstein. Then there's Gerald Green. Then it's Harden, and it's Westbrook in at the point guard. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Lillard against Westbrook. And finished off by Collins.
I like to see this Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
Westbrook passes to Gordon. Back to Westbrook. Good work defensively by Lillard.
That defense is as good as a block. I mean, what looks to be a layup turns into nothing.
To the paint, here's Collins. It's tipped. Lillard against Westbrook. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Now here's Lillard. And there's the pass to Little. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Outside, Green. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for the Rockets. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Bazemore is checked in. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. To the middle, and stolen by Whiteside. To the inside. Got it, and the Houston lead has been cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Hood.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Rivers, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. They get a hand on it. Pass to Bazemore. Portland moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lillard from outside connects from 3-point range. Lillard's got 12 points in just the second half.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
It's Faried, top of the key. Back to Rivers. He dishes it to Faried. 18 that time from Hood. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He's off on the second.
And the chance to take the lead gets away because of the miss.
House kicks to Gordon. Westbrook against Lillard. Second chance shot. Faried, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
And finished off by Nurkic.
Rising off the ground with such intensity. I mean, when Nurkic is this close, he wants to slam it down.
Here's Rivers. That shot is off. 18 that time from Hood. Bazemore on the wing. He kicks it to Lillard over Westbrook. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Bazemore.
And there's been a drop-off in their defense since halftime. I mean, they don't nearly have the same energy they did in the first half.
Timeout called, the Rockets. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Just killing it from deep. They've got to be all up in his jersey at all times. Give him even an inch, and you're just asking for him to drop another triple on you.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Pau Gasol is checked in for Collins. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Rodney Hood. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. He told them, now's when you turn it on. Leave them in the rearview mirror. I know we can put these guys away. We'll see if they can deliver.
All right, thank you, David. Back to McCollum. Lets the three fly. They get it back. Nurkic. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Nurkic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, this is what you want from Nurkic, a fearless player who welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Harden kicks to Westbrook. Back to Harden. It counts, and the foul. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
As if there was any question, Harden with the big-time play.
Harden no good on the free throw. And Portland with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got the lead up to 4 now for Portland.
Gotta like how calm McCollum is. Even in big parts of the game, you can depend on him to step his game.
Lillard against Westbrook. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
He gets them to within one possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
Green dishes to Westbrook. .105 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Harden on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum, and there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
You know, there's one award, but Harden is one. I think you can pretty much say for sure he'll never win again. And that's sixth man of the year. It's hard to believe there was ever a time this man wasn't a star.
Lillard against Westbrook. Shot from 12. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Not easy to miss a clean look inside like that, but he manages to do it.
Over in the corner, Green. Now, here's Tucker, defended by Gasol. In the corner, Harden. Good!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Well, we want people to tune in, don't we? This is what they're tuning into. Big moments.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 1. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
And really no need to rush. Still plenty of time to get a good look.
Yeah, and this is the time to run the best play they got. I mean, the one set they've been holding on to all game. Now's the time to break it out.
And he gets it back. Goes out of bounds. Pass touched by Lillard.
Oh, what a time to turn it over. If this game doesn't go their way, we're going to look back on that.
Harden finds Westbrook. They could win it. Shot is good. But oh, it looks like this one might get reviewed. Very close on the release. And the officials are signaling for a video review of the last-second buzzer beater. Boy, this game hangs in the balance of the review now. The officials have made their decision. The basket, as we thought, will count. It took a little while to check the replay, but they did, in fact, have it right. He got it off GA in time.
And even though they had it right the first time, it's always a smart move to double check. When it comes to the game-winning shot, you have got to go to replay.
So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next.